FlossTube, it's Robin from Lady Robins. Today is Wednesday, September 18th, and I welcome all of you back to my channel. I came back, video number 2, here we go. I want to thank all of you that have already subscribed. I am overwhelmed that you would do that, and I appreciate you doing that. For those of you that are returning, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those that are new and have just found me, welcome. I hope that all of you will enjoy my channel. And it's a channel that talks about cross stitch. So, cross stitch. I want to show you what I got done last week. I don't know if that showed up on my thing. The high school calls us every day at the same time to tell us some darn thing. It goes on and on. Anyway, so what I worked on last week was Pretty Little Seattle. So as I told you last time, I am part of the Facebook group, the School of Magical Stitches and Literature, and every week we have a homework task, and it usually requires you to do around 1,000 stitches a week. Last week was not my week. I only got about 700, so I didn't get my homework done. But that's okay, because what I did was I got some great progress here on Pretty Little Seattle. So I hadn't finished this building, and I don't think I'd even started the trees. So this is what I got done. So even though I didn't completely get my homework done for the School of Magical Stitches, I'm in the Gryffindor house. Sorry, Gryffindors, I didn't quite help you out as much as I could have. I at least gave you some points. I got 700 stitches, so it's better than 0, right? So that's a super fun piece to stitch on because there's all these vibrant colors, and I just dig it. I love it. So yeah, I got some work done on that. I thought I'd have some time over the weekend to stitch, and that didn't happen, and so that was what stopped me from getting my homework done. That's okay. I'm not mad. Next week's another week. So, yeah. What we're doing this week is a 5-part task for School of Magical Stitches. So, some people are trying to make all 5 parts fit on one piece. I, on the other hand, am not that clever. So I'm going to end up using at least 4 different pieces. So what that means is you get a little peek at some of the other things. I think I mentioned I have 23 whips going on. So you get to see some of the other pieces that I'm making slow but steady progress on. Oh, the other thing. Remember how I told you I wasn't sure that my FOs last week were honestly FOs because I hadn't put the charms on them? I put the charms on one of them. Hold the phone. Thank you for waiting. I'm glad to be back with you. So I got the charms put on the whale piece. So got the cute little sailboat over here and the awesome little whale tail over there. So you can tell me it's an FO. It's an honest to goodness FO. Woohoo! Finished object. Now I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna FFO it. I can't quite decide. This might hang around and right around my craft room for a while because I kind of like the idea of turning it into a pillow as opposed to a framed piece for the wall. So, I don't know. I'm going to live with it for a while and see what inspiration strikes. So, anyway, charms, yay, they're on there now. Okay, so for School of Magical Stitches, the 4 pieces that I've picked out to work on this week, I've got them sitting right here for you. I showed this one last week, and I actually didn't get any stitching done on it, but I'm going to show it to you again. Why not? I'm going to work on this guy. This is called Spooky Notes, And this was the piece that taught me how to do a pin stitch. I've only done one other piece where I used a single strand of floss, and I was a little worried about anchoring it on the back, and I think it's Victoria, sorry, she is stitching in the barn. Virginia, oh my gosh, I know it starts with a V. I'm so sorry. Anyway, she had a video maybe 3-4 weeks back where she talked about the pin stitch and how to do it, and that seemed like a really good way to start a single strand of floss. So I watched her video, and then I watched another one on, I think her name is Karen Bug. Her FlossTube channel is Needlebug, and she also had a really awesome tutorial on how to do the pin stitch. So between those two, I was able to learn how to do the pin stitch, and I did a pin stitch on this, and man, is that fun. And it's really easy. I thought it sounds very complicated. So anyway, pin stitch. I learned the pin stitch, which is so funny because I watched Erin, the 2 Martini Stitchers FlossTube from last week, and she talked about learning how to do the pin stitch. So I feel like, Erin, you and I are like this right here. We're learning the same things. So that's one of the pieces I'm planning on stitching this week. Let's see here. The next one I'm going to work on. So each of these homework pieces you have to do 200 stitches. So the next one I'm going to work on is from Bent Creek, which I've told you before is one of my favorites. I love Bent Creek. So I'm doing the, excuse me, the Summer Snapperland. So on these guys, there's all these cards. So there's 4 of them. And then you stitch this big long border, and then you put one of these cards, and there's another page back here inside each of these little boxes. So that's the other one I'm going to work on. And I just have the barest beginnings of a start on this guy. And I'll show you where I'm starting. So, started there. So, this guy's got a little seahorse. Isn't that charming? Just love that. So, on this one, it helps with the homework task stitching on something gray. And the little boxes that the patterns fit into, the outline is done in, I think it's Weeks. Ooh, is it Weeks? No, Sampler Threads by Gentle Arts. Barn Gray is the outline. So I'm doing Barn Gray, 200 stitches in Barn Gray on this guy for that bit of homework. So that'll be some pretty fast and easy stitching, I hope. The reason I hope that is because this weekend I'm gonna have like 0 time for stitching, so I've got to get it done all this week. We are heading out. My parents have a little cabin, and the cabin needs to be painted, so this weekend it's all about painting the cabin, and there'll be no stitching. So I gotta get my stitching done before we go out to paint, otherwise 2 weeks in a row I won't have finished my homework. And yikes! I'm not helping my house out. I'm in Gryffindor house in the School of Magical Stitches, so sorry fellow lions, I'm not holding up my end of the bargain here. So the next piece I'm going to stitch on is, it's part of a series from Hands On Design. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but there's 3 in the series. That's the first one. That's the second one. Oh, excuse me. And that's the third one. That's the one I'm working on right now. And I'll show you where I'm at. I'm right there. So this task talks about what is it? It's a task where you're stitching on something that's stressful or frustrating, some words like that. Anyway, I don't know what it is with this piece. I have frogged on it 4 times. You would think something with so few colors, and it's, I mean, really, it's an easy pattern to look at. But for some reason, I don't know if I'm just getting overconfident or what my problem is, I keep making mistakes. And they're not mistakes where I can just like forget about it, move on, kind of, you know, fudge it a little bit as I go. Nope. Nope. Ripping it out. Starting again 4 times. So this is my piece for the frustrating, mentally challenging piece of homework. So that one. And then, oh yeah, the last one I've picked out is a new start for me. And so I am starting playing with jacks from the Cricket collection. And this is part of a stitch along that Erin, the 2 Martini stitcher, and Leslie Hurley, Fat Cat Phlossing are doing. And so I think I told you last week, I got all the supplies, so I just started. And I'll show you where I'm at. So I'm a middle starter, I don't know about you guys, but on this one, started right in the middle of that beautiful fabric. And I've only got about 115 stitches in, and in fact, that's all the stitching I've gotten to this week. This week, again, is turning out to be one of those nutsy ones. So I'm hoping for some good stitching time later tonight. Oh, and then the other thing I wanted to show you is, this is one of 2 Bitsy Bobs. These are the ones that I told you I ordered last week. So here it is. And you guys, I don't know if you can see that if I hold it right up there. The little floss bobbins, they're stitched in orange. This couldn't be sweeter. I absolutely love this thing. So that was the first Bitsy Bob that was in my order. And then the other one, I don't know what bag it's in. I'm not going to go rummaging through them. I'll show it to you next week for sure. But so my Bitsy Bob showed up, keeping me nice and organized, which I like. So I mean, if you're going to stitch on cute pumpkins, you got to have a pumpkin Bitsy Bob to go with it, right? So this is from That's So Kelly Co. That's her name on her, that's her Etsy shop name. That's what I'm trying to say. That's her Etsy shop name. So, Bitsy Bob, playing with jacks. It's a Sal stitch along. Come and join us. It's super, super fun. So, that is the 4th piece. There's a 5th piece, 5th part of the homework, and I haven't figured out what piece I'm going to do for that yet. So, next time we get together, I'll hopefully have 5 pieces that I stitched on, so I'll show you what the 5th one is next time. So that's where I am on that. And I did a little purchasing. Why not, right? No, I'm just kidding. Because I fell in love with a few things. And so I just wanted to show you some fun things that I've got sitting on the back burner that I'm dying to start, but I kind of feel 23 whips, maybe I should finish something before I start something new, especially since I just started playing with jacks. But as I told you last week, I love Bent Creek. Love Bent Creek. So I found this. The Candy Corn of Mischief. Isn't that adorable? Love this thing. Love this thing. So, it definitely won't be done for this Halloween, but next year, it'll be on my table. But what's so cool, you guys, it was a kit, so it came with, you know, the flosses and the fabric, but, you guys, it's not linen, and it's not Aida. It is almost burlap-like. It is super thick, but the holes, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to stitch this in the dark. But that's okay. I don't mind. And then the floss pack. You see all these yummy, yummy colors? You see those? It's number 5 pearl cotton. So I have hardly ever, whoops, there we go, stitched with pearl cotton. So this is going to be a fun challenge for me. So yeah, Bent Creek, cute, cute, cute. It was, I think it was a kit that came out last year. I actually had a little bit of a hard time finding it. And I found it through the Silver Needle. They're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And ordered it off their website. Showed up the next week. So, candy corns of mischief. I love this. So, that's going to be a super fun stitch. The other, couple other things that I've picked up. Try to get this back together. You probably don't care. I can do it later. That I picked up when I was at my local needlework store. I had just learned about, I think I told you last week, over-dyed, hand-dyed fabric. And I'd heard about Picture This Plus. And so when I went there, I found that. Picture This Plus 32 count linen in moss. I loved it. I do not know what I'm going to stitch on it, but when the right pattern shows up, I've got the right fabric. So it's in my stash. Eee! Green's my favorite color. So I can't wait to find something to stitch on this. And okay, I should open it up, right? That's only fair. You guys, look at that. Ah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Cannot wait to stitch on this. So I picked up that, and then the other thing that I'd picked up previously, I'd picked up by Heartstring Samplery. Say that 3 times fast. I picked up the Coffee Quaker chart. So you just pull it out of the bag so it's not too shiny. So it's this guy. Have you seen this before? I love this. This is so me. The verse says, "First I drink the coffee, then I do the things." Isn't that great? Because that's kind of how my day starts. First I drink the coffee, then I walk the dog, then I get ready for work, you know, then I do the things, right? So, this, yep. So when I was at my local needlework store, I bought some linen. Yummy, yummy. This is a 40 count linen. I've only, I'm a little nervous. I think the 32 count is probably the smallest I've stitched on, so 40 is going to be, whew, that's going to be a challenge. And then I picked up the called for flosses. You guys, I didn't know. You're allowed to change the colors. All these people are on FlossTube were talking about, I'm doing this in the called for flosses. And then the next piece they said, but then I did a conversion. And I'm like, conversion? What's that? They get a pattern. The colors aren't their jam, but they like the pattern. So they go through their flosses and they sub stuff in. I had no idea that was a thing that was possible. I loved it. Oh my gosh, there's a conversion. Okay, so I'm not there yet. I'm just going with the called for flosses. And this isn't all of them, but aren't these yummy? Don't you love these colors? Oh, totally love that kind of burnt red. Ugh, love that. What's that one called? Ooh, Ruby Slipper. Isn't that beautiful? So, these aren't all of them, but these are the ones I picked up at the needlework store. The others I already had in my stash at home, so yeah. So, not going to be pretty all together. So I'm looking forward to starting that, but not now. I gotta wait. I gotta be good. I gotta finish something. So, yeah, I am jazzed to start that. So, let's see here. What other... Oh, there's one other thing. I was doing I'm doing the spooky notes, right? So, I have picked up Mary notes. Now, these are by Shepherd's Bush, which is so sweet. So, again, I picked up the fabric. Let's see. Ooh, that was noisy. Sorry. So, pretty nice neutral. I think it's, yeah, lamb's wool. And then, again, because I'm not that brave, here are some of the called for flosses. And, I don't know if you can see it. There's the needle pack, the bead pack, the button pack. So that's another chart that's sitting all kitted up, ready to go for when I have a finish. So those are new things on my horizon that I'm looking forward to stitching. So knowing that these things are hanging around in my crafts space is gonna give me a little motivation to start something. Well, not start something, finish something so I can start something. All right, so yeah, I think that is all I've got to tell you right now. Again, I want to thank you for subscribing and watching me. And oh, I had a question for you. I've got in-laws that are moving, and I wanted to stitch them a little home sweet home something. And so I went to Etsy and I typed in home sweet home cross stitch. There were so many charts that you could order, some that are PDF, some that get mailed to you. And so I'm wondering, you guys, there's so many. Do you have favorite people that you shop from on Etsy? Do you have favorite people that you buy downloadable PDF files from? If you do, would you leave that in the comment below? Or, hey, even better, if you have a home sweet home pattern that you like and you think might be good for a 99-year-old ex-Marine and his lovely bride of 93 years, would you shoot me a link? Because I'd love to make them something for their new place. So, help us stitch her out, huh? All right, thank you for watching. I hope you're finding time to get lots of stitching done. And until next time, have a good rest of your day. Okay, bye.